Secretaries of State warn election results will be slowed because of mail-in ballots. Of course, this is all working out to be the way Donald Trump wanted it to. He wanted to sow confusion and delay the vote as much he could in case he doesn't win. This has caused confusion in the process, and now a group of Secretaries of State have warned it may take longer to finalize the vote counts in their states. However, they are stressing that they remain committed to stopping voter intimidation at the polls and stopping any cyber activity to ensure it's all safe and secure. Jocelyn Benson, the Michigan Secretary of State, announced that nearly 1 million Michigan residents have already cast absentee votes, about a third of those who requested mail-in ballots. Due to state law not allowing the ballots to be counted until the morning of Election Day, Benson is expecting it could be several days before the state can issue a final count. "We estimate that our results, or in other words, the full 3 million or however many ballots that will be voted early ultimately, it will take us probably through Friday at the latest to tabulate them all methodically, securely," she said during a press call that the National Association of Secretaries of State, NAS, hosted on Tuesday. It took the state 40 hours to securely count the 1.6 million absentee ballots in the primaries in August, so she is suggesting if there are twice as many ballots, it could take 80 hours to tabulate them. "The bottom line is that we are making data-driven decisions in our state to prepare for November. We're ready, and I am confident that the results of our elections, when they are announced, will be a reflection of the will of the people," said Benson. It's expected that there will be many more mail-in ballots this year because of the coronavirus fears. It will affect the timing of the count, specifically in swing states such as Michigan and Pennsylvania, where the counting process can't begin until November 3. Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose, said the state reached 8 million registered voters in the past few weeks, making it the highest the number has been in the state's history. "When we report those election night results, those unofficial results on election night, we are also going to report the number of outstanding absentee ballots so you all can be informed as you start to report what is happening around the country and in the state of Ohio," he said. Washington has seen a majority of votes by mail for nearly a decade. Secretary of State Kim Wyman, said even her state's August primary results were delayed for days because of the extra ballots. "We did not have our meaningful results where about 90% of our ballots were cast until the following Monday of election week," said Wyman. "You may have slower results, that is normal, it is part of the process, and it's making sure that we are accurately counting our ballots." New Mexico Secretary of State Maggie Toulouse-Oliver, said more than 350,000 residents of the state had applied for absentee ballots this year, close to a third of the voters. Over the past week, 71,000 votes have already been cast in person. "Our county clerks can begin counting those ballots as early as 10 days before Election Day, and as late as 5 days before Election Day, so we are giving our clerks very ample lead time to get those absentee numbers counted so that we have the vast majority of them posted and available to the public on election night," said Oliver. "That's a particular challenge as we are all aware of nationwide this year, having those results available. While registered poll watchers are always part of the process, voter intimidation will not be tolerated, according to the Secretaries of State." Louisiana Secretary of State Kyle Ardoin, explained his office is working with the FBI to go over the concerns of intimidation at polling locations. Louisiana law bans protesters from being within 600 feet of a polling location. LaRose said his office recently sent a memo to state sheriffs reiterating what the law is and stressing that voters may not be impeded, poll workers may not be impeded in doing their work or from exercising their fundamental right to be a voter on election day. With regard to foreign interference, like what was experienced in 2016, Ardoin explained, all government entities are under attack at all times. I feel confident in where we are, not overconfident, and I've stressed during this election cycle, while we may be talking a whole lot about voter fraud, voter intimidation and suppression, absentee ballots, mail-in ballots, whatever it is, cybersecurity is still a top priority and could be the main issue that we face.